Welcome again to the weather forecast for the week beginning Thursday, April 17th, 2025. This is Chief Meteorologist John Ensworth for Longmont Public Media. Sunday, April 20th is a third quarter moon in the morning sky. The sun is not very active, but it still caused a geomagnetic storm yesterday and some aurora at low latitudes. Not all the way down to Colorado, but yeah, we're still getting easy storms. It's kind of weird. Sunrise is back to 6:16 a.m. Sunset forward to 7:43 p.m. Only gaining 17 hours over this week, minutes over this week. Looking at drought conditions, right up here for Longmont, you can see nothing really changes up here, but the southwestern quarter or half of the state really got a little drier, so we need some precipitation coming in, and I don't think this storm is going to target that part of the state. Looking nationwide, things are getting drier to our south and southwest. Smoke comes Saturday. Cold front sweeping down through is going to push all this off to the east, keeping us in clear Canadian air. Looking at the snowpack animation, last time we had this little glitch here. You did fix that in the data, but we have really dropped 68% of median. So yeah, thankfully we got a storm coming in. It's going to put some good snow down. It'll definitely cause it to bump back towards median, but it's kind of looking like, for the most part, this year is a below average year. We just have this little good, promising start. Looking at overall water, we're at 88%. They fixed the glitch there too, but that puts us down here in this region. Couldn't find any current data. Their website was just grayed out, so nothing there today. But I can show current radar as the storm's moving in. We do have some convection starting up in Wyoming. In fact, if I change radars here, we should get a better view up there. Put it in motion. And this is all noise right around Cheyenne Mountains and stuff. But yeah, you can see the beginning of tonight's system, Thursday night. Yeah, we could see some thunderstorms and lightning and thunder activity. Get the right one. So, talking of thunderstorms, we can see that this last week of April, the significant chances, significant, 1%, but at least notable chances of severe weather are now back to the front range. So we are entering severe weather season. Again, our big thing is hail. We have had tornadoes largely east of I-25, but yeah, the winds of a tornado went to the northwest, EF3, but that's the strongest we've had. Not so out here in the bullseye where Tornado Alley is getting going. Looking at actual forecast for severe weather, we have a chance of convection in northwestern half of the state. The severe stuff is staying out east. That moves along with the front, also pushing the smoke away into Friday and Saturday. A little bit of convection in the southwest part of the state. So a complex weather map here with the cold front coming in. This should sweep Longmont around 4 o'clock. North winds and a sharp temperature drop. We're really warm right now. I think we're 64 right now, and which is a little above the normal high for today, or right around the normal high. Snow moving in tonight. If it does rain at first, it probably should. It should by 9 to 10 o'clock be switching over to snow in most locations. For Friday, the front is south of us and draped through the mountains. Low kicking off mountain snow, heavy snow in Wyoming. Lighter mix of rain and snow out on the plains, but temperatures are really marginal. It's not super cold. Looking at Saturday, this is pretty much morning. This will be clearing out in the early morning. Severe weather going off in Texas up to, well, let's see, Arkansas, Missouri, with heavy rains to the north and east. Still broken at weather 5280, so going to these meteograms. Instead of putting 2 charts per page, I'm zooming in a little more. You can really see it. So temperatures Friday down in the 30s, climbing a little bit on Saturday, and then we pop back up to rapid snow melting, whatever slushy stuff is out there. and we go from 62 to 65 for expected high, 34 to 36 for expected low. I don't know why that's a little offline, but definitely below normal at the beginning and above normal to normal at the later part of the week. We do have a good snow chances and rain chances here, rain chances end of the week. Looking for sunshine duration, Friday's going to be all cloudy, then we mostly cloudy on Saturday, then kind of nice for the rest of the week. We got about a third of an inch of liquid on Friday, maybe another tenth after midnight before sunrise on Saturday. And for Sunday, I didn't put the Easter forecast up, sorry, sunrise forecast. Sorry about that, I'll look that up real quick. And winds are pretty light. We see some more winds kind of later in the period towards the end of the month. Current satellite shows the storm getting its act together, moving in. That's what was just causing the radar echoes that we were looking at. And let's put this in motion. You can see the big trough sweeping through. I'm trying to get Easter over here on my other screen. This deep trough is what's given us the weekend snow. So get dialed in here. Good, got it. And then after that is a ridge. So we see the warming temperatures into the week. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, as we get into Thursday, see this ripple starting to form out here, and it starts approaching by Thursday, Friday. Not really organized, not very deep, but something that can create some showery stuff. And then we have a deep trough coming with strong southwest winds ahead of it for the end of the month, and that could be our first severe weather outbreak. We'll see. So here comes the cold air. It does have a connection to Canada, so it's briefly very chilly, pushing all the way down the plains into Texas, into Sunday, and then Monday you can see it's already really washing out with the blob kind of following the storm as it goes off to the northeast, even the front down in Texas. Thins out. There's the hit by the end of the week. It's not very cool. Yeah, it's coolish, not very cold. And then that clears out pretty quickly. And then by the end of the week, we start to see this cold air coming in from the north and the west. That'll be interesting to watch at the end. So here's our storm system with the low down here, pumping up slope like crazy. Another low forms, and it just kind of drags down across Colorado into Saturday morning. Here's our severe weather on Saturday and into Sunday. Off it goes into the Great Lakes. A quick mover. Here's Tuesday and Wednesday next week. You can see a little low forming here, another upslope, but it's all rain this time. Thursday and then Friday again. Kind of showery end of the week next week. So yeah, I mean we'll be back with another video before then, so we'll have a better idea of what that's gonna do. Okay, right at the end of the month, you see another load, heavy snow up north of us. See what the timing does with that. So with weather 5280 down, I had to look other places for water and snow through the weekend. You can see right in here, this is the 0.4 inch area through noon Saturday in liquid. And for snow, the GFS right here has very little on the plains, so it's going to come as rain, and then really rapidly increases as you go up in the mountains. Boulder sitting here at 4 to 6 or so, and higher mountains a foot of snow. So yep, it's going to be temperature driven and slushy down here. Another look, this is the European, this is from Weather 5280's discussion, and they have more snow around Loveland. It's 3, as well Hole near Fort Collins, 4.1 it looks like, in Longmont 6.1, I don't know, probably even more than that, like 8 to 10 around Boulder. So yeah, lots of uncertainty here. We got another one, we have Channel 9's forecast, 1 to 4 inches for Fort Collins, 2 to 6 for Longmont, Netherlands 6 to 12, Estes getting a good hit with 5 to 10. So yeah, the mountains are really going to win in the snow, and that's what we needed. We saw in the earlier data. Over the next 5 days, we're in the 0.5 area, maybe not, but yeah, right in the 0.5, 0.4 area. Moisture for 5 days. This puts us in the 0.4 to 0.6. For snow, it's right on that gradient, really nothing to a lot. Really quickly over the next 10 days, you have a pretty good amount of water here. We're up in the 1.5 inch area, so next week's end of week moisture could be pretty significant. And yeah, take a look at the yellow here. This is 1.2 to 1.6. All right, and for snowpack over the next 10 days, that puts us in the 4-inch area. That's really anything you want around the edge there. So 60s here on Thursday with thunderstorms possible in the evening. Good chance of snow, slushy stuff, melting throughout the day on Friday. Cold temperatures, warming up with stuff ending in Saturday morning, but cloudy for much of the day. 60s and 70s next week with that return of showers later in the week. 2 weeks out, looking like we're above normal for temperatures and above normal for precipitation. I'll take that anytime. So for your sunrise service forecast, it looks like it'll be about 31 degrees at 7 a.m. and mostly clear skies with light winds from the northwest at 3 miles per hour, so you really won't feel the breeze at all. So it's going to be a nice Easter morning. So happy Easter and keep looking up.